Yeah, what's up, guys? In this video, I want to show you guys how to change uh, these lights right here, license plate lights, light bulbs, basically, because the stock ones are, basically halogen, like yellowish lights, and I already changed the tail lights. These are all full LEDs, as well as up front. Those are all full LED headlights. So I kind of want to, match it around the truck. So these are the only bulbs that I actually, incandescent halogen. So I'm going to be replacing those with LEDs, with this pair of LED bulbs. So these are 2825 size, and these are Sylvania LED bulbs. Their output is actually cool white, so not too kind of bright, but at the same time not like a yellowish like the OEM stock ones. So I got them from O'Reilly's, if I'm not mistaken, from local shop. And yeah, I mean, these aren't really cheap for what they are, but at the same time, for good stuff you gotta sometimes pay a little more than the usual. So for this pair, I paid about $15. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, if you guys want to see how it's done, just stay tuned, and I'll show you guys how to take off those original bulbs and replace them with these. So as a reference point, so as you know, this back of the truck, as we go underneath, I want to show you guys how to access to that those lights. So here's another. So here's one right there. So the easier access would be just kind of putting your one hand through there and then just untwist it and pull it out, and then it's going to be same thing on the other side. So some people decide, for some reason they tend to like take some of these parts out or whatnot, but it's really actually easy if you just go underneath the truck and just kind of put your fingers through here, and then just kind of undo it. So here's how I did. So I inserted my left hand through here, and then with my right hand I went through here behind this a frame actually. So that way it makes it easier instead of just trying to do it with one hand. I mean, you still can do it, but I prefer to do it with both hands. That way with one hand I kind of force it, and with the other one I try to kind of twist it at the same time to release some tension, and it came out pretty easy. I'll show you guys right now. Sorry, it's just for one person it's kind of a little difficult to hold the camera at the same time, try to shut this video. But as you can see, here's the bulb. So I'll be removing that and replacing it with LED, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side, and I'll show you guys how to access from the other side. And as a comparison, to make sure that we get the right bulb, you can just kind of look at the end piece that's going to be going inside that sort of like a socket or whatever you call it, the housing. So here's the bottom portion on the original light, and here's the LED. So they're pretty identical, so that's how you can tell you get the right bulb. So if you're unsure if you got the right one or not, before you actually open the pack, because most likely most stores don't take open packs. So like if you try to return these bulbs, they may not take them because you already opened the case. So before you do that, you want to pull out the original one, just compare it. If it matches, you get the right one. If not, then you just exchange this to a correct one. So that's just one piece of advice. All right, now let's open this up. All right, there you have it. I just inserted this LED bulb in there. As you can see, it went in there easily without any complications. So And before we put this back on in there, to make sure that it actually works, we just want to turn on the lights and see if it would actually come on. So just a second. Yep, there you have it. So as you can see, the light came on. That means it worked. So now we're gonna put this back in its place and then get on to the next side. All right, so just give me a second. All right, there you have it. So I just put that back on there. So that was right side, passenger side. As you can see, that's LED now. And here's the original. So, I mean, you know, it's still bright out, so it's really hard to tell the real difference. But at night, it will definitely show up better actually at night. So, all right, so one side is done. Now let's do the other side. Now here's the left side. So left side may actually be even slightly easier just because it looks like you know, there's more room to actually put your hand through here, whereas right side had you know, a few more things kind of on the way in your way to kind of, you know, when you try to insert your fingers or, you know, like your hand basically, whereas on the driver's side it's it might be a little easier. Let's see if I can do it with my one hand. Sorry guys, you know, holding the camera in one hand and trying to do it. Yeah, I think it's better if I use both hands, just like the other side. So I'll have my one hand on on here, and then with the other hand, I'm gonna be going behind through here and kind of force it, you know, to turn, because it's kind of a little hard to turn with one hand. So give me a second. There you go. So I just pulled that one out finally. Like I said, it was a little difficult with one hand. So here you go. I just pull off the light bulb. Now we're gonna put this one in there. That's the LED. Alright guys, so as you can see, light is on. However, this one didn't come on. So to test it, sometimes with LEDs, you may have to twist them around. There you go. See? Sometimes with LEDs, you will have to kind of turn around. I honestly don't really know why exactly, but with LEDs it does happen. Just mainly because these consume a lot less energy than traditional halogen incandescent bulbs. So maybe that's why sometimes, you know, they don't get enough, you know, sensors probably not picking up that there's a light at all. Maybe that's why, I don't know. Whatever the physics behind it is that that sometimes with LEDs you do need to kind of, you know, reposition your bulb in order to make it work. So why I'm saying this is because as you notice, before I put this back in there, I wanted to test it first, because I knew sometimes, you know, LEDs do that. So I really hate to, you know, put this back in there and then realize that, you know, I need to kind of like reposition the bulb again. So then I will have to get back in there and pull it out again. So you know, to avoid all that double work, you want to first test it, make sure it works, and then place it back in its place. That way you don't have to do it all over again, just to kind of, you know, twist the light bulb. But other than that, as you can see, both sides work now. So this is here, and then here's the right side. With that being said, let me put this back in its place, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. And now there you have it. Here's the other side. As you can see, both sides now LEDs, just like my, you know, headlights. So I hope this was somewhat helpful for you guys who, you know, been looking for something like a, you know, sort of a example or tips how to, you know, change those bulbs, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who was kind of bothered by, you know, those original incandescent lights they kind of look cheap and old. I don't know why Toyota doesn't replace them, right from the bat. But anyway, whatever the case might be, if you were looking to how to, replace those bulbs, this is how it's done. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And in the future, I will be uploading more videos similar to this, how to change some of the things around the truck yourselves. And I hope you guys find these helpful. Thanks so much, and you guys take care.